Hey guys, welcome to another week. Hope things are going well. Hopefully, your test over exponential functions went well, and I will be getting those grades entered quickly as possible. So, I will go through GoFormative as I always do about making sure you didn't just type in something kind of silly, but it was still the right answer. Of course, I will give you credit on those. So, I will get those grades in as soon as possible. So, this week we're starting a new unit. It is called logarithms. So, I would venture to say for most of you, it is a new topic. It is the inverse function of an exponential, which is why we talked about exponentials again. And so we're starting this week with learning how to evaluate basic logarithms and the properties of logarithms. So I have included in my weekly page, as I almost always do, videos over these instructions because sometimes, in my opinion, Edge does not do enough justice. I won't say that. They give good instruction, but sometimes they just don't go into it in depth enough, in my opinion. So I like to try to put my resources on there to help you understand the material. That said, I would strongly encourage you to go through, especially the videos and extra resources for the properties of logs. So Edge does that very quickly in one lesson. And I'm going to be honest, if you were face to face, we would probably do that for at least 2 days, if not two and a half, three. So there's a lot. They're not hard, they're just kind of strange. So I would strongly encourage you to look through those videos in case you don't normally do that. I know some of you do because you like my instruction better than you like Edge. So that is there for you. I also will have office hours this week, which are on Tuesday and Thursday of this week at 2:30. So feel free to hop on to one of those calls. And then you will, of course, have a weekly exit ticket in GoFormative. Everything, as always, is due by 4 o'clock on Friday. And guess what? Next week is spring break. So, yes, no school next week, no virtual school, no real school, no nothing. Okay, so enjoy your week off. And then when we get back from spring break, it is downhill going from there in the sense of we have literally like 7 weeks of school left. So I will, of course, have your weekly plan up for that week after spring break and such as that. But know that any late work, the last day FVA is saying that you can turn in late work is May 7th. So if any of y'all are behind the times in my course, keep in mind that May 7th, and that may seem like a long ways off, but it's really not. May 7th is the deadline for that. Just because we're getting to that point of the year, keep in mind that your final exam, two things about that, well, really three things about that. One, final exams are the week of the 17th of May. And then also remember that, what was else I going to talk to you about finals? Oh, yeah. If you have an A in this course at the time of May 17th, you are exempt from the final. If you take the final, it is worth two summatives because we are not an EOC course, and it can replace your lowest summative for this semester. Okay, so there is some advantage to taking the final if you study and do well. And yes, I will give you review materials, all that good stuff, just like I did for the midterm. But just going in knowing that there is the possibility of exemption, and if you do take it or need to take it, then it is worth two summatives and it replaces your lowest summative. Because I know a few of you have not done so well on one or two one test, and you're like, oh no, I'm doing so bad, but you're really not because that final can replace that grade. So hopefully that helps you out and gives you some information that you need. As always, email me or hop into one of my sessions, and I will be glad to make anything that's not clear clear. All right. I hope y'all have a good week and I hope you have an awesome spring break. See you again in April.